upgrade your workspaces with the right style and function. We show you how to level up your home decor on today's SoFlo Home Project. Welcome to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra. Today we're going to talk about setting up a proper workspace because many of us are doing so much more work from home. Today we inspire you to upgrade your office design with ergonomic function. Have your desk work for you at any level. Create a stylish and comfy workspace, and so much more. So we are joined today by Emily Andre Roger, an ergonomist who's going to share with us all the things that we might be doing wrong in our home offices and how to make it right. Emily, welcome to SoFlo Home Project.
Thank you so much, Alena.
What you do as an ergonomist really helps people with their office spaces, office setups.
So definitely, we want to make sure that people are safe and comfortable at their workstation. We want their workstation to be fit to them. So we're not all one size fit all, so we want to make sure that we're adjusting our workstation to fit us.
So you bought some things here today to kind of do a little show and tell and share with us, but you've also bought some things that you've marked up. So let's kind of jump into what you bought here with the visuals. I think this helps kind of share the right setup.
Yes, so we just want to make some small adjustments to make sure that we're supporting our body and not overextending or straining ourselves. So the heels here were lifted. We want to make sure that our feet are supported either by the floor, by our feet being flat on the floor, or supported by a footrest.
Ah, okay.
And then this seat pan, this chair is a little large, so it might be pressing against the back of her knees. So we want to make sure that there's at least 2 to 3 fingers of space behind the back of the knees to allow for proper circulation.
Okay.
This is an example of someone leaning forward, and we want to be supported. We want the chair to support our back. If the chair is too far back, we want to have something that can fill that gap.
Like a lumbar support of sorts?
Exactly. So if you can have a lumbar support pillow, you can use a folded towel.
We do that when we're selecting sofas that might be too deep, so for all users it's a good solution. So same goes for the office chair.
Exactly.
Love that.
So this is an example of overreaching, so reaching up and forward. We want to have our elbow right by our side at a 90-degree angle. So we would bring the chair up so that we're not reaching up, and then we'd bring the chair forward.
Very cool. I love the way this is marked up. The visual really helps. One more seating work desk arrangement here. So let's talk about this one.
So this is another example of the feet not being supported. So often when the chair is too high or too low, we can cross our feet at the ankles or tuck our legs under the chair. So we just want to have them flat on the floor or footrest.
We've got something here. You bought this. Let's talk a little bit more about the seating and kind of how to adjust that properly.
Definitely. So we have here the body-built Sola chair.
Could I sit and can we try it out?
Absolutely.
Just so we can get the height right? I feel like I have probably never adjusted the chair properly. Well, the seat feels comfortable. I feel a little low to the ground, so we have to adjust the height, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Definitely. So great that your feet are supported. We want our knees to be at about a 90-degree angle.
Okay.
We don't want our hips to sit below our knees, so they should be at the same level, if not a little bit higher. So we're going to use this lever to lift up, and then you're going to take your weight off the chair.
Okay,
so that you can.
How's this height-wise? I'm wearing a heel. So again, really quick question is sometimes we might wear a heel to work, sometimes it might be a flat. You're going to be adjusting based on the shoe height, right?
Exactly.
It sits differently.
Definitely.
So this is comfortable with height. Now what's next?
All right, so we want to make sure that the seat pan depth is appropriate so that you're getting enough support in your legs.
Okay.
So we want to make sure that we have about 2 to 3 fingers of space between the back of your knees and the edge of your seat. How much space do you have there?
I am exactly probably 2.5 to 3.
Perfect.
So.
Excellent.
Okay.
So awesome. We're going to move up to the lumbar support.
Okay.
So we want that to be in the small of your back. So where your back curves in, we want the lumbar support to be right there.
I see.
We don't want it to push our hips forward. We don't want it to push our chest forward.
It's got to be a little bit higher.
Yes.
I see.
So I'm going to move this up. How's that feel now?
It definitely, yes, I feel it's more supported in the right spot.
Awesome. And this one is able to tilt up or down to your comfort.
Oh, Oh, this is now I feel the lumbar support. It's great. Yes.
Another adjustment that you can make is the armrest. So by pressing this button under the armrest, you can adjust that to have it support your arm without raising your shoulders up.
And now these are nice and wide too.
And you can move the positioning, you can angle it as much as you want, wherever you need it to be.
You can kind of really get that.
So these go actually really low.
Oh, so this would actually go, it would clear the
Yes.
table with this height, which is nice.
So armrests aren't required for ergonomic positioning, so if you were just tired of them, you can just get them out of your way.
Sometimes I like the look, the visual of a cleaner looking chair without the armrest. So it's really preference.
Yes, absolutely.
Great. So Emily, now we've talked about the function of the chair, how to adjust it, which is great. When it comes to the aesthetic, this is actually quite a beautiful chair. What are some of the trends we're seeing?
The mesh has been an increase in trend because people can feel more comfortable with having that breathable back.
Oh yeah, it feels cushioned,
Yes.
even though it's mesh.
Yes, there are also back covers that you
Nice.
can use in different colors to match the seat. If your office has two different
This is great.
colors,
Yes.
you can match them.
So should we try this out? I'll help you out.
Thank you.
We've got a little bit of make it easy. And this looks cool. So I see, so it gives you more of that upholstered look if you don't want the mesh. So it's actually quite versatile, which is always great.
Yes, definitely. So it still is really breathable. So if someone gets really warm or someone just wants a cooler feeling chair, they have that option while maintaining that style.
Very nice. Coming up, we look at how smart home office design adjusts to your needs on SoFlo Home Project.
I'm Jennifer,
I'm John with USA Windows and Doors.
and today we're here doing an installation on a whole home, and we're going to talk about the importance of installation.
Unlike other companies, when we remove the old windows and doors, we also remove all the old wood. With the time, the rent can come inside and you can get rotten wood. You can also have water damage, mold, and even termites sometimes.
And we are also prepping. We got to make sure that all this debris from concrete that you see here, that is all going to be removed. We're going to pour fresh new concrete under this windowsill right here, and then we will mount our new window into that fresh concrete.
And all of this will be done at no additional cost.
This is standard procedure of when we do all of our installations. The reason the installation is key when you're getting new impact windows, you can have a great impact window. If it's not installed correctly, it's going to defeat its purpose. You're going to have water coming in, just like if it's an old window. You're going to have even air seeping in or escaping from inside your house. So you're going to have a high electricity bill with new windows, and you're wondering why. So installation is key.
Another important part during installation, we also cover your furniture. We cover everything from dust.
When we're doing installation, we will make sure that nothing in your home gets compromised during this process. As it is construction, we were going to try to make it as smooth as possible for you, the homeowner.
So if you're ready to upgrade your windows and doors, call USA Windows and Doors.
Or visit us at our website at usawindowsanddoors.com.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing to talk about home office and ergonomics in our workspaces with Emily Andre Roger, who is an ergonomist. So Emily, this has been really cool because you have been teaching us just different things that help make the workspace more comfortable, whether it's at home or in an office, wherever you're sitting and working, even if it's at the dining room table.
Absolutely.
We could work anywhere nowadays.
Yes.
So you've bought more things to share with us, and we've got something that looks pretty cool here.
So we have an adjustable height converter. So this is going to be something that you can add to a flat surface, and you can use it to adjust your workstation to standing height.
That is awesome. I feel like the standing desk trend, I see a lot of homeowners asking for this in their home offices. Now, and it's got like just a manual control to raise it.
Yes, so we're going to lift these handles and then bring it to our resting elbow height. So
wow.
we can just test it out. If you feel like it's too high, just bring it down a little bit and adjust it as so.
That's really cool. I mean, I love it too because it's just very sleek. I think no matter what desk you choose, this is great too. What else do we got for comfortable kind of desk options?
Yes, so we want to make sure that we're practicing those ergonomic principles even with a laptop. So we want to make sure, again, that we're not looking down at our screen, so we can use a laptop riser.
Nice. If you don't have this, like I have a lot of fabric storage boxes, so something like this could raise the computer as well.
Exactly, exactly. So we're just going to put that under the screen.
It looks really comfortable too. That looks great.
Definitely. So we don't want to reach up and forward to use the keyboard and the trackpad here. So we're going to want to use a mouse and keyboard. So there are different types of mice. So there are some vertical mice.
Wow.
So
this is a cool shape too. Very different looking.
Definitely. So it places your hand in a more neutral position, traditional handshake position. So that should be a little bit more comfortable. And if you don't want something as dramatic, there are slightly turned mice.
So your hand just gets that curve.
Yes. And so along with your mouse, there are different styles of keyboards.
Oh, okay, great.
So we have a separated split keyboard.
Now the split keyboard I have not seen before. This is really interesting.
So if you have broader shoulders or you don't want to bring your hands in too much, you can separate this to your knees. And it's really fun because you can tent this as well. You can change the angle of the keyboard and have your hand in a more neutral position.
That's very interesting stuff.
If you didn't want something so split, you can go to a fixed split keyboard. So this is just split in the middle, but it's not adjustable.
So your hands will kind of be at a small angle, but it's just a very slight incline in the center.
Yes, so it's a wave style keyboard. So as you can see, it's not super flat. It allows you to just slightly turn your wrists out and place your hand in a more comfortable position instead of bringing your wrists inwards.
That's really interesting. And I have to say, you know, I know these things are also ergonomic, but they look cool too. Like it's very nice. It's a nice shape. It's very sleek and interesting. Sculptural of sorts for a keyboard. I love it. It makes it easier, and I'm kind of excited to try out different things and see what works for me. And I think to a lot of our viewers, this is really going to get the conversation going of, hey, how can I make my home office, my workspace, work more for me?
Absolutely.
Emily, this has been so much fun. I feel like we have learned so much from you, and I know there's a lot more you could probably go into detail, but this was amazing, and I really enjoyed learning how to set up a more ergonomic workspace, so thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. I'm really happy to be here.
Coming up next, tips on creating a fun and functional home office on SoFlo Home Project. So storm season is upon us once again, and we are here today at All American Roofing, joined by Susan Manning, to find out how to stay ahead of the elements and protect our homes this storm season. So Susan, it's always great to have you here with us.
Thank you for coming. We love when you visit.
Well, we love getting your advice, and I thought today we could kind of talk about maybe how people could get their quotes and estimates to replace their roofs and stay ahead of everything. But you have a little quote maybe to start that off.
I do have a quote. So I read that this quote that really stuck in my head, and it said, to be prepared, you can be a year ahead, a month ahead, a week ahead, even a day ahead, but you cannot be a day late. And that just stuck in my head. It's true for so many things, especially being prepared for our next hurricane.
So Susan, really it's like the time is now, right? Homeowners need to take action, even though we haven't seen a lot of rain yet.
Exactly.
It's out there.
So we've been very dry, and what happens is people put their roofs on the back burner. Right. Who has extra money to spend on roofs right now? No one, right?
It's a big investment.
It is, and it's really important to call, get an estimate for your leak, get an estimate for your re-roof. We don't even have to come to your home. Now we measure everything by satellite. We can email you the estimate.
Susan, so of course, some people might just want to get the estimate, but there are others that maybe should be taking action now because that roof really needs to be replaced.
Yeah. I would like to encourage anyone who has the funds to put a new roof on or to fix those leaks to please do it now. Don't wait.
If homeowners are thinking about getting their estimate and getting prepared themselves for this storm season when it comes to their roof, how do they reach you here at All American Roofing?
They can reach us at www.allamericanroof.com or 954-772-7663.
Awesome. Always great to have you here with us.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing to talk about home offices. So we just finished kind of sharing great tips for ergonomic workspaces, whether it's in your actual office or at home. We had a great expert, Emily, sharing all of the knowledge about that. So once you got ergonomics down, we gotta also personalize our office spaces. Your home office, it's often considered an extension of the decor perhaps that you already have in the space. So one way you can go about decorating it is to kind of bring in the general feel. If your home is a little bit more modern, then of course your office would take the same cues and maybe have similar wood tonalities or similar materials. If your home's a little more traditional, you might have maybe different fabrics and textures and area rugs that are kind of reminiscent of other things in the home. But another way to flip that is to do something completely outside the box and make your home office not only personalized for you, but even a completely different design style. I kind of feel like there's two rooms in the home where you could really do this. And I think it's like a media room or a home theater. Sometimes those are designed completely different as sort of a fun surprise. And I think your home office can also be that. You could still take cues of an extension of your home decor, but think about really bringing in those personal items. That's a space you could bring in a lot of photographs, adorn the walls with them, have a lot of family photos and framed photos throughout, items collected from travel. Always bring in some special pieces from trips or special pieces that have been passed down in a family. It's nice to really bring in those personal elements. One, because we spend a lot of time working sometimes, and it's nice to be surrounded by things that give us comfort. In my office here at the design studio, I actually love to bring in things from work travels. So anytime I have the opportunity to travel for work, not only is it perhaps a Starbucks mug from that city, but it's usually something that has some significance of the area that I've traveled. It might be a small sculptural piece, it might be a small piece of art. But I've also softened it with some stylish things too. So you could put in those personal touches, but it should also still be a room that could feel like a room that has some decorative elements too. So I have some artwork. I have wallpaper on one wall. I have some pretty lamps and a beautiful mirror. I'd say have fun with color if you want. Bring in soothing colors if that's more your thing. There's really no right or wrong except for the fact that you should try to make it uniquely yours. Next, designing a home office that can be used for more than just work on SoFlo Home Project. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing to talk about home office design. So whether it's setting up a great functional and ergonomic workspace, we've gotten great tips for that. Personalizing your home office to make it uniquely yours. And now I kind of wanted to close with perhaps a home office that's not just dedicated for work only. So oftentimes home offices need a dual use because sometimes we just need more space in our home for other things. These sort of hybrid rooms that are workspaces and double as additional types of rooms has really been a big trend. One of the most popular is the guest room / home office. This could be done very easily with either a pull-out sofa bed, and a Murphy bed is another option there. Those are two great ways that you can kind of disguise the fact that it's a guest room, use it for a home office, and then truly make it a guest room when it needs to be. Another way to do that is by kind of taking cues from a hotel room. In hotel rooms, you sometimes have this great built-in desk that's sort of off of the main dresser area, or right where the TV is off to the left or right of that. That's another way to bring a desk or workspace into perhaps your bedroom, creating a hybrid room where it's an office but also a place to sleep. And this is ideal in condos and smaller spaces where you kind of need to add more stuff in to make it work as one room. And that could also be a very beautiful way to do it, building in the desk to match the nightstands, using the same finish of wood and materials. So there's so many ways to do that where you're carving out a workspace within another room or sharing an office and making that a hybrid space. So I hope that this has given you guys a lot of great design inspiration, as well as great tips on how to make your home offices and your workspaces not only more functional, but more beautiful too. I want to thank you all for watching and hope to see you again next week for another all-new episode of SoFlo Home Project right here on Local 10. And remember, there's no place like SoFlo Home. If you missed any part of this episode, or if you're looking for more design inspiration, make sure to check out all episodes online at SoFloShows.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram.